Do you like fantasy football and sports betting? Come join us here at the Parlay Fantasy Football Podcast, where hosts Matt, Shane, and Jason talk about fantasy players, lineups, and sports betting to help you compete and win championships. And of course, some extra cash. Let's jump right into the show.
What is up, guys? What is up? Welcome back to another episode of the Parlay Fantasy Football Podcast. Matt and Shane with you guys. And Jason will be back with us next week.
I believe so. I'll have to check with his people. Yeah, we'll have to make sure that we get everything cleared with his people. You know, he was holding out. He wanted some more money. We got it together. We got with Joe.
We got to get with the agents.
yeah, we had our people talk to his people, and we just need to have one more conversation, and then he'll be back.
That's right. Yeah, so we look forward to getting Jason back. But yeah, so last week, guys, we got into some college football bets. Well, I guess before I get into that, Shane, but we better tell people where to follow us. Go over to fantasy6pack.net, become an all-access member today. Use promo code Parlay FF to get 15% off of your membership, and that comes with everything. Okay, drafts. I know some drafts happened last week. Some drafts are happening this weekend and Labor Day. Get in on it now to get your cheat sheets because there is a ton of good information over there. Plus, it comes with a Discord community. So head on over there, Parlay FF, for your discount code. Get 15% off. Head on over to YouTube, Fantasy Six Pack. That's where we are doing our video stuff. Give it a like, a subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And then head over to Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or anywhere that you listen to your podcasts on the audio side. Look up the Parlay Fantasy Football Podcast. Click the subscribe. Leave us a 5-star review, guys. It helps the show out immensely. Okay, Shane. So tonight we're going to get into some bets. We're going to do some more college bets. It's officially week 1. Last week, guys, I didn't start the way I wanted to. I ended up going 2-3 for you guys on my plays. K-State really let me down. Sam Houston State, what the hell do you throw a pick 6 for in the second half and then fumble the next possession?
Wait, how long have we hold on. We need to kill 7 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What the hell was even that?
No, dude.
Sorry, you can't cuss within the first 3 minutes, Matt.
That's true. Okay. The under would have hit for me, man. Sam Houston was very close. I mean, geez, first half I was looking like plus 10 and the under. I was like, oh, this is going to be saucy. But nope, didn't happen. Hawaii, though, came through for me.
It did.
There at the end to cover. Yeah, it was scary there. But yeah, we started out 2-3, guys. So not the best. K-State. Oh my gosh. They made me Johnson.
Yeah, that was I watched that whole game and it was tough. Not gonna lie.
It was very tough to watch.
K-State looked like Colin Klein was back calling plays.
They did. You know, it's crazy though. There were flashes where they were brilliant, and then it's like, oh my gosh. And then yeah, Avery Johnson on fourth down folds like a baby boy and does not get the first down.
Yeah, and then there were some interesting discrepancies. You know,
I will give you that.
I will give you that. It was a little salty. Six penalties for 70 plus yards versus one penalty for 5 yards. That's
and I'm gonna Shane. Coach Campbell for Iowa State, man, he was just going absolutely ape shit when they called that penalty on him on Iowa State. I'm like, what the heck? Like, he was going crazy.
Yeah. You know, the fact that there was a pass interference in the end zone that wasn't called, and then K-State on the next drive got a ticky-tack, like, little contact call. I was like, okay, it's a little interesting. It was Big 12 refs, and it was their first game of the year, so we do have to give them a teeny tiny pass because they are, generally rated as the worst officiating crew. No offense, Big 12 refs. You have your own Twitter page dedicated to how bad you have been in the past. Not my fault. Be better.
Oh yeah, it was a tough game for us Cats fans to watch. But to be honest, Iowa State didn't look great either. So
No,
it's
good. It was awful. What a great way to kick off the college football season. Just have a terrible game for everyone to watch.
Yeah, that's right. First game back. So all right. So tonight, guys, we're gonna do a couple more. I'm gonna do a few more bets for you guys, and then Shane is gonna get into some NFL rumors, I do believe. So
we are cooking the rumor mill today.
Cooking the rumor mill. All right. So last week, guys, obviously I played some plays that were for this week's matchups. A few of them being two of them being the Colorado Georgia Tech game playing in Boulder, Colorado. Listen, the line has moved a little bit, and I still don't mind it. Georgia Tech is still favored by 3.5. They were favored by 4 when I took that number. I will still take the 3.5. I think Georgia Tech is still going to be that ground and pound team, and they're going to wear Colorado down. I don't think Colorado has enough firepower to sustain Georgia Tech's onslaught defensively. I think Georgia Tech's going to play the clock slow, and Colorado's just going to have to fight tooth and nail to get back into this game. So I'm going to take Georgia Tech minus 3.5. Again, I took a minus 4 last week. Now it's down to 3.5. I'm still okay taking that number. The over-under, though, Shane, hasn't changed a whole lot. It opened up at 57.5, but then it jumped down to 52.5. And I think last week, I think it was still at 52.5. So I'm okay taking that number as well. I'm taking the under on that. I just think it's going to be a slugfest. Again, I don't know what Colorado's firepower is going to be on offense this year without Deion's boy and Travis Hunter and the other receiver that they lost last year. I can't remember his name, but he went to the NFL as well. So I'm okay taking that number.
Jimmy Horn is who you're
Jimmy Horn. Yes.
I was trying to think of who the replacement quarterback is for Shedeur. I know the name, but I was like, I'm trying to cheat and look it up, and I wasn't going to out myself, but it seemed like I have to at this point. So I will research that, but I do agree that I think that Colorado, we're going to start calling it the Cowboys bump with the line. I think that it's a little too favorable for Colorado on not only this line, but the look ahead lines. So I agree with you on the play.
All right, sweet. So those two matchups, obviously, I had last week. The other one that I had was the Jacksonville State UCF under. I think that line is still at 53.5. I think. Actually, I think last week it was at 55.5 or 54.5, and now it's down to 53.5. I'm okay. If you guys don't want to take that number, you don't have to. That was a play I made last week. So, but if you're still finding the 1 point less juicy enough, that's okay too. So I'm okay taking that number. But Shane, real quick, I'm going to fire off 2 more games for you guys for week 1. The first one is Auburn going to Baylor. And this is actually my lock of the week. I am taking the Auburn Tigers money line at minus 135.
I like that.
And here's the main reason, right? I know Baylor's trying to make a push. I know they made a fair amount of moves this offseason with the transfer portal. And I do agree they're getting better, right? Last year, they did not look good until the end of the season. I think they are getting better.
Saying they looked good at all was generous, Matt.
Yeah. You know, I got to show a little Big 12 love, but listen, the Auburn Tigers are a force to be reckoned with on offense. Their wide receiver room, Cam Coleman, is back this year, decided to come back to Auburn. Listen, that guy is an absolute monster. If they can get him the ball, I know he was a little bit banged up this offseason. I think he's fully healthy again. I think he's fully participating in practices. If they can get him the ball, I have this feeling that they are going to torch Baylor, that he's going to torch Baylor. I mean, at 6'5", 215 pounds, and runs like a 4.4 flat 40. Yeah, give me that all day. So
those measurables sound NFL measurables, which he's in the SEC. That makes sense. But I do agree. Baylor doesn't seem to have that stopping power on defense.
Yeah.
It's one of those weird Big 12 conversion schools that they still play Big 12 defense. And that's, which is, always an interesting situation.
Yeah, that's right. So yeah, I'm gonna take Auburn money line. You can get that at 135, minus 135. That is my lock of the week. The next game, Shane.
Oh, hold on. I will say, fun fact: the reason we don't know the Colorado Buffaloes starting quarterback is because it has not been announced yet, Matt. I was looking for this. I was like, dude, they have to have announced it already. Like, there's a QB battle going on. Caden Salter though is who is the projected starter at this point, but there has been no definitive word. As soon as we find it out,
yeah, that's right.
Tweet that, so.
All right, and the next game I'm going to take here is I'm going to take Alabama minus 13.5 going to Florida State. Alabama has kind of been at least in my personal opinion, I feel like there's some analysts out there that are kind of poo-pooing on Alabama. And then I think there's some analysts out there that are saying this team is a sneaky team to go to the college football championship game. I lean the latter, right? Alabama is still a powerhouse team. 13.5 is, in my opinion, some value. I think there's a lot of name stake with the Florida State name is why you don't see Alabama favored by more. But here's the deal. Until Florida State can prove to us that they know how to play football from last year with the supposedly stacked offense that they had last year and they couldn't get the ball past the 50-yard line.
What about the year before?
Or even the year before. So until that they can prove that they know how to play the game of football again, I'm going to roll with the powerhouse of Alabama at 13.5. And that number is at minus 110. I think that's great value for the Crimson Tide.
I concur. I do think that a lot of it is the hesitancy of Bama kind of being the unknown at this point.
Yeah.
Now it's no longer a Saban-led ship. I think that there is a significantly larger portion of the population that's just kind of tapping the brakes just a smidge, and being like, are they Bama? Are they really Bama without Saban? Is Saban Bama? And so I think that you're getting kind of a nice line here on what could be, I'm not going to say it, but I'm going to say it, a blowout game. Because, listen, Florida State has not shown up in any game in quite some time. And they've produced NFL-level talent. They have Keon Coleman in the NFL. They have Jordan Travis, who, he's in the NFL, but they have defensive players who are so they had the talent, but they've yet to, figure out how to put that product on the field. And until we see that, maybe we see it this year. That's the cool thing about college football, Matt. Every single year, it is completely different team.
Yeah. Yep. But I'm going to throw my chips in with Alabama at minus 13.5. I think that's good value, minus 110. And I'm going to have some more bets out there for you guys for week 1. But those are the ones that we're going to give you. Obviously, I had 2 from last week, and then I just gave you 2 more. So there's some more games that I do like on the ticket. And,
I'm looking Shane, at them right now, Matt. And let me say, I like one in particular. I'm not going to give it away. You have to go check it out. You have to go to fantasy6pack.net right now. It's out there already. Matt has already updated the sheet. It is live. It is in action. fantasy6pack.net to go look at the rest of his bets because I can't out him. I'm not going to out him, Matt. I won't do it.
Yeah, don't do it now. Don't do it now. And there'll be probably 5 or 6 more games on the ticket coming up. Also, a little caveat too. I don't typically throw my bets in on Mondays. Typically when we do this show, it's on Tuesdays, and I'm a lot more comfortable with the lines on Tuesday evenings. But I wanted to get some games out there that I am comfortable with right now. And like Shane said, I think there's good values out there right now. I think you can find some sneaky good games. So there's some that I have currently on the ticket. There will be more. And I want to apologize to Shane. Last week, even though I went 2 and 3 for our podcast, I should have done better at throwing out some live bets. I don't know how many people checked this deal during the live betting segment, but ultimately I did go over 50% on my record this week. I just didn't throw out the live betting.
Well, they can always follow you on the Twitterverse, and you can put it there too. So just saying, there are other ways to keep in touch with us and to play the plays, as they say.
Right. Oh, and by the way, Shane, before you go into your deal, if you guys want to follow us on Twitter/X or whatever you want to call it, you can find Shane at Shane Parlay FF. You can find myself at Matt_Parlay FF, and you can find Jason at Jason Parlay FF. Okay, Shane, that's going to do it for my betting segment for college this week, week 1. Looking forward to hopefully getting back on track and coming away with a winning record.
Hey, I'm here for it, man. I followed your bets yesterday or this past week, and I was going to bet the Cats no matter what. So I'll just chalk that one up as I was going to do it anyways. So really, I went 2-2.
Yeah,
it's time for news and notes. Listen. We got breaking news, Matt. The NFL is around the corner, and guess what? Tuesday, tomorrow, we got cut day. Guess what that means? It means there's action. It means there's trades. It means that there are veterans actually signing contracts, because if they don't, they will get placed on the PUP list, or they will be placed on the NFI list. And there's just all sorts of different things that teams will do to you and not let you play for the first 4 games because you're being an a-hole and sitting out. Trey Hendrickson. But miraculously, these things are resolved the day before cut day. Who would have thought? Who would have thought, Matt? Listen, speaking of Trey Hendrickson, shout out to you, my guy. You probably should fire your agent, because that deal, while you did get a $14 million pay bump, it's like a side salad. Like, it's good, but it's not great type thing. $14 million more in your pocket. Great. Go to a new team to get a new contract with them. You missed out on probably $30 million of total guaranteed money, which is just insane in my opinion. And if you just wanted to stay in Cincy, good on you, my guy. I won't harp on you, but like to give up the bag and not hold your ground, you should fire your agent. That's my God's honest opinion. And Matt, on the rumor mill, and yes, it is a mill shooting footballs. For those of you that can't see, we have Jacoby Myers. Matt, what's he doing? Is he staying? Is he signing an extension? Is he getting cut? Or is he demanding a trade? Which one?
I'm going to say that he's going to sign an extension.
Negatory. He wants out. He's Smith is my quarterback. Get me out of here. Not necessarily what happened. What happened was they announced the signing of Amari Cooper. However, things were backwards. Jacoby Myers requested a trade, and then 2 hours later, we found out that the Raiders were signing Amari Cooper. So I'm not sure which one was taking place first. I'm assuming, you know what they say about assuming, but I'm assuming that Jacoby Myers knew that they were bringing Amari Cooper in and was like, hey, you guys don't want me to be the wide receiver 1. I'm done. And so he's packing his bags. He wants to go somewhere else. If I were a betting man, I would say that there's a couple of teams picking up the phone, and I would be interested to know what team will take his services on, because he's a pretty good wide receiver. We've seen some pretty interesting things from Jacoby Myers.
Yeah, dude, I think he's a legit wide receiver.
I don't know that he's legit wide receiver 1 material, but he is definitely a solid option. And I think if there are enough teams shopping for depth pieces at this point to round out their rosters, especially as cuts come along, if they could maybe cut a fringe guy, send a 4th, and get Jacoby Myers in return, I don't think that deal sounds that terrible for anybody involved. You have a disgruntled wide receiver, and you have, inbound Amari Cooper. What do you say? I think Pittsburgh could use a wide receiver. So Jacoby Myers, Pittsburgh.
Dude, I would love that. I would absolutely love that.
That was legit my thought. I was like, who would fit the best? Jacoby Myers would fit amazing in Pittsburgh because they can't throw the ball further than 5 yards anyways. He basically plays the tight end position from wide receiver. He's just tinier. Fun things. DJ Moore, rumor has it, playing running back this year. He's going to play scat back more often. Are we buying this rumor or selling this rumor that he will play a true scat back role? He's lining up in the slot, maybe getting some reps, actually getting the ball handed off to him. It's Ben Johnson there now. I think that we could see something creative out of the Bears.
I can agree with that, to be honest with you. Kind of play that Deebo Samuel role with, because look at your running backs, bro. You've got DeAndre Swift, who is, he's DeAndre Swift. He's serviceable. He's an okay.
Be careful. Be careful. Jamie
wait.
may be in the chat. So the next words you say, if they are not, you have Roshan Johnson as well, he will come and find you.
Okay, you have Roshan Johnson as well. But I could definitely see something like that. I don't know if it'll be like a full on Debo Samuel type deal, but that makes sense if they throw him in there every once in a while.
Yeah,
I mean, sense.
I also think that don't shoot the messenger. I think that Luther Burton is significantly better than what we've been giving him credit for. I was a Burton truther all the way through college. I thought the way Missouri used him last year was an absolute fallacy of how talented that player is.
Yeah.
So, I hope that I'm right because I, kind of want to bang my own drum there, but also like he's a Missouri school guy. Like, he's not like cream of the crop school. He went to a small school, a second tier SEC school. At the time, they were a second tier Big 12 school when they joined the SEC. But like Joe Mixon, Joe Mixon. List the start of the season on the NFI list is something. To do it, I think this is 2 of the last 3 years is something else. I don't really know what to think of Woody Marks, and I don't really know what to think of Nick Chubb. How concerned are we with the Texans backfield in lieu of Joe Mixon? And should they be someone shopping in this, in this time frame for an addition?
I personally am very concerned. I am very concerned because when you heard about the Joe Mixon news, however long ago it was, oh no, he's going to be fine. Then all of a sudden he's in a walking boot, and now they're, NFI list. Like, then you have Nick Chubb, who obviously we know what kind of running back he is or what he could be, but those injuries are so extremely scary. And then, like you said, Woody Marks, Damian Pierce, is he still, he's still on the roster? Like, that is a backfield that I don't think I want to be a part of.
I mean, hold on, back up just a smidge. I like Woody Marks. I'm not gonna say I'm drafting Woody Marks. I'm not opposed to drafting Woody Marks, though. I think that he was one of the better pass catching backs out of this past year's running backs. So there's upside. But do I have confidence if I am a Texans fan? Probably not. I would love them to add someone. Do I really trust them to kick the tires on Nick Chubb? No, not really.
I don't either.
So I'm kind of raising the white flag and being like, maybe search for some help there, DeMario. So here is a piece of rumor has it, Matt. Hendon Hooker has been cut. Will he or will he not be a backup quarterback somewhere? Because if Jason was here, he would be pounding the table for Hendon Hooker. That man loves himself some Hooker. But he's not here. So, Matt, you got to do the pounding the table for me. Is Hendon getting signed somewhere else?
Okay. Do I think that he will get signed somewhere else? Yes, I think he will get signed somewhere else. The guy going in, it was after he got graduated college and going to the NFL, he was dealing with that just significant injury, right?
Correct. Yeah, he graduated and then basically got a free year of being on the team without being cut and just kind of learning the system.
So where he just got cut from, the expectation is pretty high right there. Right, in Detroit. It's a very high expectation team. He might not have been cutting the mustard for Dan Campbell, right? Does he get a revival of his career? Again, do I think he'll ever be a starting quarterback?
Probably not.
Probably not. But I think someone else will give him a chance, right? He was a good quarterback in college. He had good athleticism. I felt like he never really got a shot at not necessarily being the starting quarterback, but when you're in the backup role, whether you're the backup quarterback or the third string quarterback, even at camp, you're never really, at least this is my opinion, you're never really given a shot to play with the team that could ultimately make you look like a good quarterback, right? Because you're playing with the second stringers, you're playing with the third stringers. So obviously they do their judging a lot more in depth and better than what we do from the TV screens. I just felt like he never was really given a shot at I don't know. I think he will get picked up by somebody.
I think it's interesting to cut him at this point because Jared Goff's not getting any younger.
True.
And it honestly, it screams that they were like, hey, you're not developing at all. So I don't know if another team's going to pick him up at this point and be like, hey, the team that probably is in dire need of a QB that could maybe step in and be a bridge quarterback for a year. Hey, they cut you. I don't know that we're going to trust you to maybe be that guy for us in the future.
True. That's true.
So I think it screams pretty big volumes to me, especially because I think that Dan Campbell is one of those guys that rallies around guys that they've drafted in the past.
Yeah.
Even when they end up, I mean, Simone Vaki is still on the team, despite the fact that he played neither safety nor running back for them last year, and they drafted him in the 4th round or whatever it was. So yeah.
That's fair. Who is Jared Goff's backup?
Kyle Allen.
Oh, it is Kyle Allen. Okay.
Yeah, he apparently won the backup job. So I'm assuming Hendon Hooker will be on the practice squad there carrying 3 QBs. Maybe he'll be the emergency QB. Who knows? Here is some RB1 news, Matt. We have 2 that have been confirmed, not confirmed. J.K. Dobbins, RB1. Javonte Williams, RB1. How are we feeling about both of those landing? And do you think that they hold those positions long term? Both of them have rookie running backs technically nipping on their heels.
I don't think either hold them long term. I really don't think
Jaden
either.
Blue truther?
I think Jaden Blue will end up being the guy. I think Javonte Williams just doesn't have it, right? He was gassed up out of college from North Carolina. He did well for part of the season. Then he got injured. Then he came back and never was the same. And I don't think he'll ever be the same, whether he's a good running back or not. Like, I just don't think he has an NFL caliber level.
Je ne sais quoi. He doesn't have that thing, you know?
Yeah. And it's crazy because I know as a fantasy player, we were all pretty high on Javonte Williams, right? And then I even feel like when he got back from injury, we were like, oh yeah, Javonte's back, baby. And then
everybody kind of pounded the drum that he was going to be back to who he was. What's funny is that even the year after the year injury thing, like that was the other thing, was like, oh, everybody drafted him too early because he was a year removed from the injury, not the year from the year removed.
Yeah,
I know it's confusing. However, it's a real thing. There's an actual jump in the year after the year. Anyway,
and I want to get your take on it too. Like J.K. Dobbins, I think J.K. Dobbins deserves a chance to start. He proved it last year. Again, it's one of those guys where it's like, is this injury going to come back to creep up on you? R.J. Harvey, I think, is a better back as far as catching out of the backfield.
Yes.
I think he can block. I think he can block better than J.K.
No, that's what I was gonna. That's what I'm waiting for. Sean Payton has officially put R.J. Harvey in the doghouse. Fun fact, they cut Audric Estime today. So where's Audric Estime end up? Maybe the Texans. Just talked about that. That'd be wild. It's something. It's something. It's not nothing, but it's something.
Right.
Listen, I think that J.K. Dobbins may have a hold of this backfield until we see something different from RJ, because everything I've heard from the Denver Broncos is that RJ has struggled in pass pro. He has not made significant improvements, and they will not put him out there next to Bo Nix until he does so, basically. And I mean, yeah, it's great if you can hand the ball off to the guy and he can run for a bit, but if you can't trust him to pick up a blitz and you like that, it creates issues with personnel, and it creates issues in the real game of football when you can't do your job. And so I think that JK has always been a guy that does the job well. He showed that, maybe there's stuff still left in the tank And if he can stay healthy, he can be a difference maker. And so I think that the Denver Broncos were like, hey, you've won it. It's yours. It's yours to lose at this point. I think that we should plant our flag on the fact that it's officially his backfield. It's Dobbins' backfield, and he should be drafted as though it's his backfield.
He's earned it. I mean, he's earned it.
Speaking of earned it, or not earned it, Najee is ending up most likely on the pup list because of a fireworks incident, Matt. And when you are worth millions and millions of dollars, why? Just have somebody else hold the fire. My guy, what are you doing? But he's most likely to end up on the pup list. And another veteran just got a contract. And we need to talk about that because it affects our boss's favorite team. And so we have to discuss one scary Terry McLaurin. Because this contract is no joke, Matt. It's a lot of money. I just had it up, but I just flipped screens. So give me one moment while I pull up the details. What do we think his contract is officially worth? If you were to put a number on it, if you were to guess, how much did they pay him?
I have absolutely zero idea because I have not seen this yet.
You haven't seen it yet?
No, I have not seen it. I have not seen anything NFL related today.
All right. Well, that doesn't tell me what.
40 mil?
Hold on.
35.
It is. It reset. Yes, it did reset. Man, why am I searching on Yahoo? Hold on. Sorry, everybody. Whenever I need something, I just can't find it. 3 years, $96 million. Is Scary Terry worth, what is that? 1/5 of your team's salary cap?
Good Lord. Okay, here's my stance on it. Do I think he's worth it? Yes, I do. And the only reason why I say that is because Scary Terry has been a loyal player for the Redskins, now Commanders, his whole career. He has played through how many quarterbacks that have been through there? Do I think it in terms of, do I think he's worth it because of his age? I don't think it's worth it because of his age, but I do feel like he deserved a big contract. I do feel like they deserve to give him something to stay because he wanted to retire and stay in Washington. That's where he built his roots. But is he an older wide receiver? Yes, that is a scary factor to give someone who is going to be, 31 this year?
He is currently 29. He turns 30 this year.
30.
Matt, can you name another NFL wide receiver over the age of 30 making $30 million? I can give you a hint. It's one player, and everyone's questioning if he has truly gone insane, like Antonio Brown insane.
No.
Okay,
that's who I was going to say. I was going to say Tyreek, but
in fact, it is Tyreek Hill. You're correct. Yeah, it doesn't end well. That's my thought on it. Like, I love the fact that he's going to be back with the team. He probably deserved this contract a long time ago.
Yes.
And then it doesn't look so bad. But I think at this point it doesn't sit right with me.
Right.
And also he's going to make Drake London get an absolute fat bag next year if Drake London balls out. So I can't wait to see how much money some of these young bucks are going to be, claiming at the door next year because Scary Terry got $30 million this year. And I know that Joe just tuned us out because he was like, I'm done hearing them shit talk the Washington Commanders. So I'm out of here.
I love the Commander. I think they're much better with Terry McLaurin on the roster.
I 100,000% agree, Matt. And that's not what I hope that's not what people take away from this statement. I think the contract he deserves. I think
it's scary.
it's a lot of money, and it's scary, you know, with Terry in that situation. Anyways, we will have significantly more news to go over next week because then we will be 1 week from the NFL season.
Yes.
So I cannot wait for that. And that's all that we have for the Rumorville at this point. You know, make sure that you check all of your sleeper things because no one is going to know what happens till tomorrow until it's officially cut day, which I think is 5 p.m. Eastern time or 3 p.m. Eastern time is when rosters are officially required to be declared.
Yep.
So,
I do believe you're right. Yeah. So that's going to go ahead,
keep it
Shane.
on deck. I was going to say, keep it on deck.
Yeah, for sure. Keep checking updates and stuff like that, especially if you have drafts this weekend. Make sure you're tuning in what's going on this week because there could be some substantial shifts in draft movements and draft boards and rankings and stuff by us and all our fellow analysts out there. So
hold on. I have to call one time out. I'm just going to put this out there. Jacoby Myers to the Patriots as like a reunion with a new head coach just seems too poetic for me. So please, Raiders, do us all a favor. Give Jacoby Myers Drake May as his quarterback, and we'll all be happy.
We'd all be happy. That's right. All right, guys, make sure you're tuning in to Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Look up the Parlay Fantasy Football Podcast. Give us a 5-star review. Head on over to fantasy6pack.net. Become an all-access member today. Use promo code Parlay FF to get 15% off your membership. You want to do it. Trust me. There's a lot of information. So head on over there to do that. And then also you guys get to see all of my bets for college until we get into NFL season. Then you'll see all Shane's bets. You'll see all Jason's bets. You'll see all of my bets for both. So make sure that you head over there and do that. With that being said, Shane, you know what to do.
Hey, it's been real. Again, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and thank you all for all of the support.
That's right. Good luck with your bets. Bet responsibly. We'll see you next episode. Love you all to the moon and back. Peace out.